as I say that when I get a guest on, lad, I always go back from the start. So, how did you get into music as a kid? Obviously, we all love music, lad, but was that your passion when you were younger?
So my dad was like a DJ in the 90s. So he used to play at all clubs in Leeds and stuff like that. So he used to show me like my first like house music, first bassline music back in there. Bassline is, you familiar with bassline in Liverpool, are you? Well, I think it kind of originated from like Sheffield and Leeds kind of ways.
Well, to be honest, lad, everyone else mightn't, so you're probably best explaining the bassline.
Bassline is just like 4x4 drum. It's just house music with a big like whomping, boom, boom bassline on it. I can't really. But anyway, my dad used to play that, and he showed me my first type of that kind of house music. So, and I used to write rhymes. I used to write poems when I was a kid. Like when I was like a little kid, and one time at school, the teacher read this poem out that I'd done, and they asked me to do it in middle of assembly. So like, in front of assembly. So I've done this, and it was like a dinosaur rap or something mental like that. Something about as cheesy as the ones that I'm putting out today. But when I was listening to this house music, and then I was going to my pals' gaffs, like just, when we were younger, just like, in his gaffs, smoking weed. And what can I say on here? I can say
whatever you want, lad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we do what we want, lad.
And then we do have music on and having a little party in his gaff, and he should just start rhyming over it. It just like come naturally. So then I kind of started MCing at my friends' houses, and then started getting a bit of a name for myself around my area. And then I made like a CD years and years ago, like 15. My mum gave me money to go make this CD to go to the studio. And I ended up making 5 CDs. I gave one to my mum, one to my dad. And kept on myself, and then give one to my pal. And my pal started selling them at school, like shotting them, like copying them,
copying them, burning
them.
But
I didn't even know. And then there used to be like in the markets in Leeds, the market stall, there used to be a stall that used to sell all the music that you couldn't get in HMV at the time. All the music that you get from DJs playing it live in like the best clubs and stuff like. And my CD ended up on that stall. And we used to go every Sunday to buy CDs and listen to what the DJs were playing. And one day I've gone up, and I didn't even know that this CD were getting about. And this guy went, "Oh, Tom Zanetti." And I went, "Oh," and he went, "Oh, your CD's like a best-selling CD on this song." I'm like, and I didn't even know. And then then Bluetooth, it was all going on Bluetooth. And then
how old was you then? When you first realised that your CD was getting spun about and people were making dough using your voice?
So about 15.
That young,
15, that's when I made my first CD, yeah. So then like obviously it would just, and then it would just literally like, without exaggerating, it was just everywhere when I heard it playing out of people's cars. I heard it on the bus, on people's phones. It was just constant everywhere. And then, when I was about 17, I was working on a building site when I was 16, 17. And a pal of mine called Christian, still a good friend of mine now, he rang me and said, "Oh, your music's banging. Have you ever thought about throwing a party?" So like, I didn't really think out of it. I was just putting music on YouTube, and just, I wasn't making any money at that point with what I'd done. And the guy said, "We'll put a party on." So I said, "All right, why not?" So we've put this party on, this place in Leeds, but it like sold out like insane, sold out that mad that the police came and shut it down that night. So because everyone were coming to this party, so I'm like, but it got shut down. So obviously we were gutted and blah blah blah. Went through.
Was you still 17 here, by the way, as well?
I was 17. So then I decided we managed to get a club called Fudge in Leeds years ago when I was 17, and the only night they had available was a Thursday night. So we said, "Fuck it, we'll put a party on called Funky Bass," which was funky house and bassline music mixed together.
Yeah,
Funky Bass at Fudge every Thursday. And again, completely just sold out, went mental. I was only 17, I wasn't even old enough to get in the club, but it was selling out. So then we realised we had a bit of a following in Leeds, and we could throw parties, and it just went from there. I started throwing parties and making more music, and then it just kind of went from there.